We talked about Otacon earlier in the pre-show. We did have, at least I don't know what that was. Was that me?
Yeah, it must have
I know
been
that that means I got to I know that was probably I got a chance to go to the Library Comic-Con, this Martinsburg Library Comic-Con, like last week.
Why are we always going to our haters? We just need to let them come to us.
Mhm. But I though I've had issues with the library before, but the library, a lot of the librarians are cool with what I do and everything else. And yeah, I have to change some of the stuff in the background. I've been lazy in regards to that. When the library is less than an eighth of a mile down the road, I'm going to go. But Dan Noakes was there. I had it seems like, or at least what's been recently happening right now, it's like as soon as I leave, within maybe 5-10 minutes, a lot of interesting stuff happens. Because I said, Dan Noakes was there. He was having the time of his life. Dan was doing his thing. It was busier than usual, but I'm sure as soon as the costume contest was done, it kind of went downhill or in regards to attendance, because that's usually how it goes. But according to Dan, so Dan was our shout outs to Dan Noakes being our our on-site reporter regards to
man on the inside.
Man on the inside said that he saw an ugly meltdown between two cosplayers, and it gave him a sick sense of satisfaction, but it kind of disturbed him as well. I would have loved to seen what went down, but either way, it sounded like, oh, I should have been there to see that shit, because I probably would have laughed my ass off. And the other thing was that one of the library, he said, so yesterday I was approached by one of the librarians from the show I showed them my Chicken USDA rejected graphic novel. They seemed to like it at first. Then they told me they would have bought it for the library, but they only handle young adult fiction and seemed entirely too adult for them to buy. Let me just say this. I'm not defending the library. I'm not defending Dan in any way. But let me say this. A lot of the folks that are in charge of the Library Comic-Con are the young adult section folks, and they give them literally like $1.50 for the budget to bring, advertise and everything else. Literally, there were 20 vendors there, and they probably at $20 a head, they probably made $400 with tables anyway, which is donation to the library. Does the library give them that $400 to spend on advertising and everything else for next year? No, but they'll be happy to take your money. That's beside the point. But that librarian was probably just a young adult librarian and didn't have authority. But let me say this: thank God I didn't read them yet, and I rented this from the library, the local library. It is the Kick-Ass 2 prequel, Hit Girl. I rented it from the Martinsburg Public Library. It is a very adult graphic novel. If Sasha, I don't know if you read it or not, but yes. It's very adult graphic novel. The Martinsburg Library has a adult graphic library section. That's how I got this. Now, if they were actually interested in buying Dan's book, they could have gotten one of the folks who was actually authorized to buy the book for the library to pick it up for their adult section. Why they didn't, who knows? They were probably like a lot of folks at our show, all talk, no bite. Yeah. So either way, that's my take on it, or both mine and Dan's take. In regards to it, but either way, let's get into a couple of other things.
Well, let's just do our regular show opening. So
yeah,
dramatic pause.